To start us off tonight, we are joined by head coach Seb Hines. Seb, just give us your initial thoughts following the match tonight.
Uh, Frustrated, obviously. Never like losing games, especially in the way and the manner that we lost today. Um, I thought we did well in the first half, creating a lot of opportunities. They scored a great goal from the edge of the box, but we get ourselves back into the game going into half time. And then we just came out flat, allowing a team like Louisville to go 2 goals up after, 5 minutes into the second half. We can't allow teams to do that. And so we built momentum into the second half, created some decent opportunities, got one right at the end, and it just didn't land for us to get that equalizing goal. And it really did come down to those 5 minutes in the second half. We talk about a lot, and how do we get that intensity? How do we, finish the start of the heart how we finished? And that's going to be a real reflection point for us going into the next game.
We'll go to Austin, David.
Seb, you kind of touched on the start to the second half. What do you feel happened going from the locker room out onto the pitch?
We were very complimentary of the first half. I thought we created some really good opportunities. We felt, we were back into the game, just getting the goal just before half time. And it's just been, a moment where we just switched off and then we conceded another one, and we just can't allow that to happen. I do feel like it's the start of, the second half. As soon as that whistle goes, we got to be straight at him. And we were very passive in that moment, and so we got punished for it. We'll learn from it. We need to respond in the right way, and we definitely will.
It's kind of going off of the start of the second half, but just overall within the game, you knew that Louisville is a high pressing team. They came out with intensity, really pushed you guys in possession. How do you feel that the team kind of dealt with that just overall, and as especially as the game went on and the rain started coming down?
Yeah, I didn't feel like they were a high pressing team. I felt they were more of a mid block and then find the moments. But I thought we played through their press multiple times. We created some really good opportunities. The goalkeeper made some brilliant saves, certainly in the first half. So I thought we did well in possession. What I would like to have seen a little bit more is how we competed. They're a very direct team. How we stopped, Flint flicking it on and trying to win second balls, and then having the composure to play after that. Not giving away corners or free kicks, which builds momentum for them. But I mean, at times we were playing against 12 players as well. I think that's definitely frustrating. I felt, in the first half, and it was a really pivotal moment and can lead us up into the game. I feel that Marty should have got a penalty in that moment. The player's gone right through the back, and I don't know what the ref seen in that moment. Probably turned a blind eye, but I felt, you go up in the first half, score that first goal, and it kind of puts everyone at ease. But yeah, it seems to be a occurring thing where we're playing against the referees and we're not getting the calls that we deserve.
Um, I guess with the way the first half went out with the goalkeeper making, I think, 6 or 7 saves. How frustrating can that be? Just having goalkeepers have those kind of performances against you. It seems like on a regular basis now. But how beneficial, I guess, was it to get that goal right at half, just from a confidence standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, if the goalkeeper's pulling saves, left, right, and centre, then it means we're doing a lot of things right. Obviously, we we want to have that feeling of hitting the back of the net, but credit to Bloomer, she pulled off some terrific saves. Um, but yeah, we scored that goal just before half time, get ourselves back into it, going to half time, 1-1, and we were hoping at that moment we can kick on, and it wasn't meant to be.
We'll wrap up with Luis Carlos Pineda.
Hi, Seb. When it comes to Barbara Banda, she scored a brace today. How can we adapt Barbara Banda into obviously executing, especially in the second half? She was hit a lot. She came also from playing FIFA series. Is there a possibility to manage her minutes a little more, or do you feel like she's ready to go? And
Oh, I didn't know if there was a question there. Listen, she scores late on. You want to keep your goal scorer on the field, especially when you're down a game. It's different circumstances. If we're up in the game, with a comfortable lead, like as shown in previous games against Chicago, it allows her to manage her minutes. But I think it's how you complement in Barbara and managing a load and making sure she's still getting in good positions, which she did for the corner kick, and she executes, and that allows us to get back into the game. You see, we played multiple shapes within the second half to try and get us back into the game. We went 3-4-3, and then towards the end of the game, we decided to put Rafa up front to complement Barbara, and it allowed us to get higher up the field. So there's different ways to do it whilst keeping her on the field, but you want to keep your goal scorer on the field whilst we're chasing the game.